The views and opinions expressed on our podcast by us or by any guest are those of our own and of our guests. They do not reflect the views, opinions, or approval of any Grand Lodge of Freemasonry or any lodge of any jurisdiction. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Masonic Ring Podcast. I am your host, Brother Nathan Davis from Western Sun Masonic Lodge number 91 in Wheelersburg, Ohio. And as you can see, today is an awesome episode because I've got a very special guest, my son, Braden. Say hello, Braden.
Hello.
He wanted to do the podcast with me. Well, at least that's what I told him he wanted. And so today I thought since he was going to be on the podcast with me, we would talk about the DeMolay. But before we do that, I want to invite you to like our Facebook page at the Masonic Ring. And you can also follow us on Twitter, same handle, at the Masonic Ring. So I want to ask you a question.
What?
Do you know what the DeMolay are?
No.
Do you know what the Freemasons are?
Duh.
You know of them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just from your opinion, here's what I would like to know. What do you know about them?
What, Mason?
Mm-hmm.
It's an organization to... Okay, fine. I don't know very much about it.
That's okay, because a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that talk about conspiracies, right?
Yes, and they're stupid about it.
Right, well, that's very plainly put. There's also people that don't understand it because they think we're just secrets or the Illuminati, which is another episode. But anyway, today we're going to be talking about the DeMolay. And the reason why is when I found out you were going to be on the episode with me, the DeMolay is for young gentlemen like yourself, except you're not quite old enough yet. It's an organization for young men between the ages of 12 and 21.
Oh, okay.
And it kind of... I was actually a member of the DeMolay.
Really?
Yes, and it kind of prepares you for manhood, as they say. But here's what I got off of the DeMolay website. The DeMolay is a premier international youth leadership organization striving to shape young men into leaders of character. By optimizing timeless values and accepting the challenge of leadership, both of character and of action. The young men of DeMolay transform themselves into citizens of the highest caliber. Each young man takes ownership of his DeMolay experience, from generating ideas, planning, organizing events, coordinating, executing their plans. Each DeMolay chapter is responsible for defining their success. All of this is accomplished under the mentorship of trained advisors selected from the local community, enabling each chapter to be uniquely tailored to support the interests of its members. DeMolay is an inclusive organization that only asks young men interested to believe in a higher being. Do you know what that means?
No.
Believing in a higher power?
Oh, okay. Like God?
Like God. Yep.
Okay.
Just like God. Mm-hmm. You believe in God, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, you believe in God, you can be in the DeMolay.
Well, yeah, I have like 2 Bibles in my room.
Yeah, well, that's good. You read them both at the same time?
I wish.
Okay, so a high level of involvement and enthusiasm is far more important for success in DeMolay than any particular skill or ability.
Okay.
So, how did the DeMolay start? Come on, you're smarter than I am. You should know this stuff.
Well, I've never heard of this before.
Well, the DeMolay was started back in 1919. And we're going to go and we're going to talk about that, but...
Okay. So basically, 100 years ago, 101 now, but
101 years ago.
Close enough.
See, the Freemasons have been around for at least 300 that we know of. But we can trace it back much farther than that. It was organized in the 1700s in England.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Boston Tea Party, 2000.
Well, there were some Freemasons that were part of that.
Okay.
There were also Freemasons that signed the Declaration of Independence. You know Benjamin Franklin?
Mm-hmm.
He was a Freemason.
What?
Mm-hmm. George Washington? He was a Freemason. You didn't know that?
No.
I know you've heard me talking about it. You must not have been paying attention.
I heard you talk about it before, but I didn't pay much attention to you.
Of course not. Why would you?
I don't know.
So, let me give you a little insight as to how I joined the DeMolay.
Okay.
The DeMolay, you have to be recommended by, I can't remember if it's 1 or 2 Freemasons. Mm-hmm. I know it's at least 1 because my Uncle Mike, you know, my cousin Corey, his dad recommended me.
Wow.
And I thought, well, okay, I'm going to be initiated into the DeMolay here locally. No, I had to go up to Columbus, Ohio, to a city called Easton. And I think it was the Shriners Temple.
Well, I want to see that. That sounds cool.
It is pretty cool. And I had to meet up with a lot of other young boys from the state to go and be initiated all together. So we did it all in one big group. It was pretty neat. I'll be honest with you, there's not a whole lot I remember from it.
I probably wouldn't either.
Well, no, it's been a long time.
Not really.
20 years.
It's not a long time.
Okay, well, tell me that in 20 years.
Okay. You gotta remind me, though.
Okay. Well, if I live 20 years from now.
Oh, really?
Yes, really. Okay, let me see what's going on here first. So, you have told me and your mom before that you would be interested in joining the Freemasons when you're old enough.
Yes.
Can you tell me why? No, there's no right or wrong answer. Just wondering.
I just want to. Because I want to be like you.
You want to be like me?
Yeah. And it's for a good cause.
Well, I would be careful with that because not even I want to be like me.
Oh,
So the DeMolay, kind of like the Freemasons do, organize around charities. Also, not only charities, but also like making each person that joins better than they were before. Mm-hmm. Like it's a way of making yourself better and being a part of a brotherhood. Because although you aren't technically a Mason, you will be around a lot of Masons, because it was Masonry or Freemasons that started the DeMolay with 9 other young men. Mm. And so Freemasons and DeMolay go hand in hand. Mm-hmm. But as it's kind of a way to teach you while you're young. Mm-hmm. You bored?
No.
You just yawned.
I know. I'm kind of tired.
Okay.
I know it's only 8:10, but still.
Yeah, well, it is what it is.
I stay up till midnight, so sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Usually I go to sleep at 10 because I'm too tired.
Okay. Anyway, so joining the DeMolay, here's the bad part. Here's the problem: is that the DeMolay don't have a chapter here anymore. Here locally in Portsmouth is where I was a part of the DeMolay, and it was shortly after I joined the Freemasons that the DeMolay moved out of town because there wasn't a whole lot of participation.
Well, frickin' heck.
Yeah, frickin' heck. So here's the thing. I have this whole long thing here that I don't think I'm going to read because I think it's kind of boring. So just from your own mind, to do away with Like, don't think about the Masons, don't think about the DeMolay.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that you're passionate about? Like, what makes you happy?
Probably playing with Bailey.
Playing with Bailey, that's your sister.
Yes.
Okay, so other than...
Or art.
Okay, say other than family. Like, what kind of things do you like to do that you're passionate about, that makes you happy?
Art.
Art, see? Art is a big part of Freemasonry as well.
Oh.
And when I say art, I kind of mean like, like geometry.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of an art form, in a way, right?
Sure.
Sure. So, people take what they're passionate about. I've always been passionate about marketing, right?
Yeah.
So I take my marketing passion and I turn it around and use it towards the lodge. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm in charge of the website and the social media and all of that stuff, right?
Oof, big responsibilities. Big responsibilities.
Yeah, well, sometimes. But also getting out literature, communication to other people. And so kind of like what my role is, I'm the assistant secretary. So I help the secretary with his work, and I also try to get the events of the lodge out to the community. Mm-hmm. We also tried to plan community events.
Like the Eric's food drive? Or was that something else?
That was something else.
Oh, okay.
But we are trying to plan a food drive. We were also planning a blood drive in June. Mm-hmm. We'll see if everything opens back up by June.
True.
We're also trying to plan a pancake breakfast to raise money.
I want to go to that.
Oh, yeah. Everybody does.
Oh,
We're also trying to plan a chili dinner to raise money.
ooh.
So here's my point on all of that is that that's what we do as Freemasons. It's it's a way of making yourself better, but it's also a way of getting out into the community, and it's also a part of being in a bond of brotherhood of men that you can count on to always have your back. Well, you can take that and move it down to the DeMolay because they prepare you for that to move up, to become a Mason. You're taught to better yourself, to better your community. And one of the things I love about the DeMolay is they put a lot of emphasis on your mother. Respecting your mom, loving your mom.
Oh, I thought you meant like my mom specifically.
Well, it would be your mom specifically to you.
Well, yeah.
It's my mom specifically to me.
Yeah.
So.
I was going to say, she's that famous.
Yeah. She's famous to you, right?
True.
My mom's famous to me. I mean, anybody that could love this face, right?
Oh my gosh. You are ridiculous sometimes.
I know, but.
Sometimes always are.
Yeah. That's me, though.
Yeah.
But. So you can take your passions, how you love art.
Yeah.
So you could use that in the DeMolay or the Freemasons, and you could design posters. You could get on, the computer and do graphic design and do things like design marketing materials. You could design posters, flyers, postcards, stuff like that. You could take what you're passionate about and use it to the betterment of the lodge, which then in turn uses that to get out into the community and help people.
Okay.
Because that's bottom line, right? Bottom line, that's what it's all about. Helping people. So Freemasonry and the DeMolay helps us become better people so that we can take that and go out into the community and help people. So what are some things that you can think of that that is a way of helping people in the community?
Food drive.
That's a good one.
Charities like the dog shelter, cancer research.
That's good.
Trying to think of other good ones.
Well, the problem is I put you on the spot. If you weren't doing this right now, they'd pop off the top of your head real quick.
Probably.
Have you ever heard of the Shriners Hospital?
No.
The Shriners Hospital, and we're talking
Oh,
about...
I know another one, but go ahead.
Go ahead, tell me.
Donating money.
Donating money, yeah, to... And, money, unfortunately, is one of those things that makes the world go round. Mm-hmm. And you have to have money in order to do things that you need to do.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, it's just the way of the world. But it doesn't always have to be money. And helping somebody... We'll get back to the Shriners Hospital here in a minute, but helping somebody does not always have to be a huge, grand gesture, right? Mm-hmm. You can do something as small as helping somebody to their car, carrying their groceries, or just sitting with a friend that might be going through a tough time, not even saying anything. And a lot of times, good deeds will go unnoticed.
Well, dang it.
Well, that's okay, though.
Yeah.
Because you don't do things for the glory of it, right?
Yeah.
You do it to help somebody. Mm-hmm. You could help 1 million people and nobody ever know your name, but then you can always know that you helped somebody. Mm-hmm. Right? You're drinking that water like it's running out or something.
Well, it is.
No, I'm talking about like we're never going to have water again.
Oh my gosh, you sometimes.
So let's talk about the Shriners Hospital.
Okay.
The Shriners, or Noble of the Shrine, is an independent body of the Freemasons. You have to be a Freemason to be a Shriner. Mm-hmm. But have you been to a parade and saw those old men driving around on the go-karts in the parade wearing the funny hat?
No.
Yes, you have.
No, I have not.
You've been to the Memorial Day parade down in Ironton.
Well, I don't remember them.
Really? That was always my favorite part.
I thought you liked seeing, what's his name? At the end? Baby Hillbilly or something?
Baby Hillbilly, that's part of the Shriners part.
Oh, well, I don't remember seeing those.
Because you've got the hillbillies that come in and the baby hillbilly, and then the Shriners come in with their go-karts and they drive around, and you'd remember it. Anyway.
Well, I don't.
Anyway, they have a hospital dedicated to children and a lot of them are children that have been burned.
Oof.
Or children that are suffering from cancer.
Oof.
And most of the time, a lot of times that, from what I understand, because I'm not a Shriner,
Yeah.
but a lot of times they are able to do it free of charge to help out these children.
Ooh.
So they raise money for their hospital to be able to help out the kids.
Oh, okay.
So without Freemasonry, you wouldn't have the Shriners. In turn, you wouldn't have the Shriners Hospital.
Well, that's sad.
Yeah. So you have the DeMolay, which leads you into Freemasonry, which leads you into, if you choose to, the Shriners or the Scottish Rite.
What's that?
Scottish Rite is another appendant body.
So it's kind of like the Shriners?
Not really, but it's just another branch off of Freemasonry.
Oh, okay.
It's not a higher level or anything, but it's just kind of like another branch off of that. Anyway, the Scottish Rite, you know what their big thing is? We were just talking about it.
Hospital.
They help, no. The Scottish Rite help people with dyslexia. Yeah. I have dyslexia. A lot of people don't know about that.
So you seem to read just fine.
It's taken a lot of work to get to the point to where I can read as well as I can, but I still don't read as well as I would like to.
Oh.
And if I sit down to try to read a book, sometimes I'll read one page maybe 5 times before I can turn the page, because the smaller the print, the more jumbled things get.
Oh, sometimes I read like sentences 4 times because I usually skip like 2 lines, so it doesn't make sense.
Well, it's just something I've lived with, and I went undiagnosed for most of my schooling. And so it was hard for me in school. But when I was more of an adult by the time that I knew what was going on, and by then it was a lot harder to fix. But I've spent a lot of time, and it can be done. But the Scottish Rite help people with that.
Well, I'm pretty sure I don't have dyslexia.
I'm pretty sure you don't either.
Okay.
You'd know it. and I would probably know it too.
Yeah, probably.
Or if I'm typing something out, as you so confidently put on my thing, showed me that I spelled something wrong.
Okay.
Well, when I go and I'm typing something out, sometimes 2 letters, I'll just switch them.
Oh.
Like, I misspelled because in my little intro thingy here, and he pointed it out so graciously, and I thank you for that.
Hey. Okay, pointing people out.
And I put because is BECAUSE.
Yes.
But I put BECUASE because my mind switched it on me.
Yeah.
And I do that a lot. And if it went for spell check, I don't know what I would do. I don't know. Half of my Google search history is just words I'm trying to figure out how to spell.
And part of spell check is this and mom.
Yeah, you and mom. Yeah, I know. You guys always like to point out when I've spelled something wrong or left out a comma or a semicolon or didn't put parentheses where I should have.
Okay, you can stop now. Okay, we're doing rants now.
Okay, well, no, I'm not doing rants, you know. Part of being a Freemason and a DeMolay is being honest. I was just being honest with you.
Okay, fine. Hey!
You almost fell for it. Anyway, so right now at this point, I want to know if you have any questions.
No.
None at all.
No.
You don't have any questions about Freemasonry or DeMolay?
No.
Well, see, most people, the first thing they ask me is, what are the secrets?
But you can't tell them.
All right, I can't tell them. But that doesn't stop people from asking.
True.
I think what's funny is people ask me what the secrets are. And if I told them,
It wouldn't be a secret.
it wouldn't be a secret. Like, it's kind of oxymoronic here, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, anyway. You're getting fidgety. Does that mean you're done?
No.
So, tell
just
me,
like that.
tell me something like, you know, I'm part of the Rotary Club as well.
Yes.
I'm president of the local Rotary Club.
Yes.
And that is another service organization where Freemasonry is a fraternity. Mm-hmm. The Rotary Club is a service organization created to the service of others. So, my point is you don't have to be a Freemason or a DeMolay or a Rotarian to help people, right?
Yeah.
So, another question I would get is, well, why do I have to join the Rotary Club? Or why do I have to join the Freemasons or the DeMolay to help people?
You do not.
Exactly. You don't have to do that because helping people's in your heart. I mean, if you're wanting to truly help someone, you don't need to be a part of an organization to do it. However, being a Freemason gives me another avenue down to be able to connect with other people of like mind that wants to help people. And it helps us to join into a bond of brotherhood, which then helps us to reach more people because we're actually part of an organization. Freemasonry is the largest fraternity and the oldest fraternity in the world.
Ah! Wow.
So imagine how, if you're one person trying to help people, which that's noble. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not telling anybody not to do that. But then you join the Freemasons. So you're now a part of a brotherhood encompassing worldwide with millions of brothers. To where you can reach farther into the world and farther into the, the impoverished, the sick, the people that are needed the most that you as a single person may not know about. Getting hot?
Yeah.
You weigh like 10 pounds. You'll be all right.
You wish.
I wish I weighed 10 pounds. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. This is going to be a short episode, but I'm going to give you a chance to say whatever you want to say.
I don't want to say anything.
Well, you just said something. So you don't want to say anything at all? Don't want to ask any questions?
Maybe.
All right. Tick tock, tick tock.
Okay, now you're just pressuring me.
Tock. Well, we're on a clock here. Worst thing you can do on radio, television, or podcasting is dead air.
Okay, then, just move on.
Okay. So, I was going to go into this whole thing about the DeMolay, and we'll get into it at a later episode, but I really just kind of wanted to go back and forth with him a little bit and just talk about things and see where he stood and see what he thought. Just from what we've talked, just very little bit here, for what, about 25 minutes?
Well, we started, like, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, well, that's the clock, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. Oh, yeah.
26 minutes and 5 seconds.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
If you,
Well, I mean, that's a computer, and that's what it's meant to do.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Well,
I mean, I'm not going to argue with it.
well, oh my. You sometimes. Goodbye.
Me always. Anyway, just since we've been talking for 26 minutes and 32 seconds.
Oh my gosh.
Is the DeMolay something that would interest you when you get old enough? Mm-hmm. And just so you know, I'm not driving every month or every week to Columbus or whenever they meet.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
I'll make Mom.
No. You can get a job if you'll pay me for the gas.
Okay.
So.
It's only like $2 a gallon.
Only.
It's not very expensive.
Okay, add $2 to a 30-gallon tank.
2 times $60. Okay, never mind.
That's a lot of money.
That would be like a McDonald's paycheck for like a day and a half.
Okay, yeah, I mean.
Well, probably not, but I'm just throwing out examples.
Yeah, because you don't want dead air. I get it. All right, anyway, we're going to end this. I want to thank everybody for watching. This is kind of an unusual episode, but yes. I'm hoping to have more guests on. And you have the absolute privilege of being my very first guest on this podcast.
Wow.
Everybody say, yay.
Yay.
Okay. So, this is the Masonic Ring Podcast. I want to thank everyone for watching. My guest has been... What's your name?
Oh, Brayden.
Brayden. And I'm Brother Nathan Davis, and I want to thank everyone for watching. And we will see you on our next podcast. But until then, always remember to keep it on the level.